Test 1, 2.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. This is the April 19, 2024 meeting of the Post Commission. I would entertain a motion, if you've all looked at the agenda, of whether to approve or disapprove the adoption of the agenda.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Commissioner Parker, second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the agenda is approved. Under administrative matters, we have a roll call.
Certainly. Commissioner Beverly, Commissioner Green, Commissioner Halsey, Commissioner Jackson.
Here.
Commissioner Jeffers.
Here.
Commissioner Parton.
Here.
Commissioner Russell.
Here.
Commissioner Spangler.
Here.
Commissioner Wilbur.
Here.
Commissioner Wright.
Here.
Vice Chair Carter.
Here.
Chair Faulkner.
Here.
And you have a quorum.
We do have a quorum. Thank you very much. And our disclaimer.
We just want to remind everybody that all post commissioners have previously agreed to recuse themselves from any vote that would constitute a conflict of interest. The most obvious of these would include issues that involve their own departments or some that they know personally. Because they've already agreed to this, it should be noted that on routine matters, it will be assumed non-verbally that these commissioners have abstained from that vote. And bigger, more controversial issues that may have a more overt conflict of interest, may have an appearance of impropriety, those applicable commissioners will still verbally abstain from those votes.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Again, I hope each of the commissioners have read the minutes from the March 15, 2024 meeting. If you have, I would entertain a motion to approve or disapprove.
Commissioner Jackson, motion to approve.
Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Wright, second.
Were there any changes I should have asked? No. All right, all in favor to approve the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to report of any decertification subcommittee.
We did not have a informal subcommittee hearings.
Next, appearing before the commission, waivers for employment requirements.
Carter County Sheriff's Office requests a military waiver for James Scott Reimer, hired March 15th, 2024. In June of '94, Mr. Reimer was discharged from the U.S. Army with an under honorable conditions discharge for unsatisfactory performance.
Are you representing Carter County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Staff Sergeant Bob Malone. I am the training coordinator for Carter County.
And who's with you, please?
Mr. James Reimer.
All right. What can you tell the commissioners regarding this unsatisfactory performance for your under honorable conditions discharge?
During the background check for approval for going to the academy, he saw the DD 214 and saw it under honorable conditions. I then asked Mr. Reimer what was the conditions, and he advised that during his time in the Army, he was diagnosed as being a diabetic.
And that was considered unsatisfactory performance?
That was due to where Mr. Reimer talking to him was because he could not perform the physical activities.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions from the commissioners? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve or disapprove.
Commissioner Slam, I got one quick question. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Does the diabetic problem want to be an issue with the academy now?
No, sir, it's not. At this point in time, I've been under a doctor's care and I've lost a lot of weight and he's taking care of it. I went from insulin to taking a pill now, so.
Thank you.
That's good news. Glad to hear that. Any other questions?
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve. Orton second.
Motion to approve and second. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed? Okay. Your waiver.
Thank you.
To you.
The Clinton Police Department requests a military discharge waiver for Alvin James Mixon, hired March 18th, 2024. In May of 2022, Mr. Mixon was discharged from the United States Army with a general under honorable conditions discharge for misconduct.
Are you representing the Clinton Police Department? sir?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Jim Campbell. I'm the Assistant Chief of the Police Department. This is Mr. Alvin Mixon.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, is this a discharge over code?
It says misconduct. Is it-
It's for the COVID vaccine. Yes.
Make a motion to approve the waiver.
Spangler, second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
The Calhoun Police Department requests a criminal waiver for Wendy Sky Stewart, contingently hired January 19, 2024, and November 2006. Ms. Stewart was convicted of a worthless check charge in Lincoln County, Tennessee. In June of 2007, Ms. Stewart pled guilty to a violation of probation worthless check charge in Marshall County, Tennessee. Ms. Stewart has since satisfied all court orders sentencing finding fees.
Identify yourself, please.
I'm Alan Wilkinson, Chief of Police for the Calhoun Police Department.
And you have with you,
Ms. Wendy Scott-Stewart.
what else do the commissioners need to know about this charge?
Just that it was 18, 19 years ago since Ms. Stewart wrote these checks. Since then, hasn't had any kind of financial issues. She satisfied all the requirements set by the board. We're just asking for the waiver.
How old were you at the time?
I was 18 and 19. I was a single mother and I just let my finances get out of whack.
Everything squared away now?
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions by the commission?
Commissioner Russell, motion to approve.
Second,
Commissioner Wright, second.
all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Murfreesboro Police Department requests a criminal waiver for Eric Bernard Yevon, hired April 15, 2024. In September of 2007, Mr. Yevon was charged with driving under the influence in Bloomingdale, Illinois. In August of 2008, he pled guilty to the charge and has since satisfied all court-ordered sentencing fines and fees.
Please identify yourself.
My name is Josh Meredith. I'm the lieutenant over field training for Northbrook Police.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Who do you have with you?
I have Eric Evans.
So what else do we need to know about this? Do you,
If it's okay with y'all, I'd like to let him explain.
please?
Morning, thank you for your time today. The incident in question, I was recently separated at that time from the Marine Corps and college. During that time, I was home break and met up with a couple of friends from hometown at a restaurant. And at that point, I made the extremely immature decision to have approximately 2 beers, drive right home. I was sat by the police, compliant with everything. I was respectful. I was taken into custody and made bond, signed a court date, to then court supervision, court fine, and back class. Since then, everything's been satisfied. It's 2007. Since then, I've been with the Davidson County Sheriff's Office, Extradition Division, and Special Operations Response Unit. And I'm requesting a waiver to move my employment to start.
What are your drinking habits now?
Non-existent. I have a young son. And also my personal decisions are reflected. A positive example.
Further questions from the commission?
Madam Chair, I recuse myself.
Yes. Do I have a motion?
Commissioner Spangler, make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Commissioner Wright, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Lieutenant.
The Paris Police Department requests a military discharge waiver for James Paul Newman Jr., hired March 18, 2024 and June of 2007. Mr. Newman was discharged from the U.S. Army with an uncharacterized discharge and needed trial by court-martial.
Please identify yourself, both of you.
I'm Ian Reed, the Assistant Chief of Police for the Paris Police Department. I have with me James Paul Newman Jr.
Okay. Tell us about this in lieu of court martial.
Mr. Newman was in Army basic training in 2006 when he had a wife and a small child at the time. While he was in boot camp, his wife started having some issues. He was in fear for the safety of his wife and his small child. He left boot camp absent without leave and was discharged thereafter. He turned himself in to Fort Knox a short time later to begin the discharge process. He then appealed and went back to get his discharge changed to an uncharacterized discharge after the fact. We looked into this issue during the pre-employment process. As a veteran myself, my first response was probably to pass on the young man. But I had to look back at his history as to what he's done since then. He became highly recommended from the Dover Chief of Police, who runs their public safety. He's been there as a volunteer fireman and as a reserve officer for some time. And this is a matter that occurred almost 18 years ago. We feel comfortable that he has matured at that time.
Further questions from the commission?
So Commissioner Parker, what's the situation at home now?
Situation at home is significantly better. It's a solid situation. I've got my wife, I've got 5 kids, one starting college, one starting kindergarten. Very happy home. I coach basketball and football. So we're very active in the community. All good things.
This is a different wife too. I don't think.
Okay. Appreciate it. I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a second.
Commissioner Jeffers, second.
In favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, Chief. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Williamson County Sheriff's Office requests criminal waiver for James Long Yarbrough III, contingently hired July 1, 2024. In February of 2000, Mr. Yarbrough was charged with driving under the influence in Streeter, Illinois. In May of 2000, Mr. Yarbrough pled guilty to the charge and has since satisfied all quarter sentencing fines and fees.
Right, please identify yourself.
Good morning, Ms. Chair. My name is Ben Piper. I'm a training sergeant for the Williams County Sheriff's Office. I'm standing here on behalf of Sheriff Jeff Hughes this morning to respectfully ask for a waiver for Deputy Yarborough. Deputy Yarborough received a DUI approximately 2 decades ago and has since then satisfied all previous court findings and fees imposed upon him. Ms. Chair, I would like to note that Sheriff Hughes has only requested one other waiver in his tenure as Brentwood Police Chief and now the Williams County Sheriff's Office. He took time to speak with Mr. Yarborough. He took advice from the supervisors of Mr. Yarborough. Mr. Yarborough has been a dedicated employee for the Sheriff's Office for approximately 2 years now, has gone above and beyond his duties. Therefore, Sheriff Hughes respectfully requests the waiver.
What are your habits now as far as alcohol?
I'm sorry.
What are your habits now, your drinking habits now?
Well, ma'am, since that night, I made that irrational mistake to buy a wheel of a car and drive, thankfully nobody was hurt. Other than an occasional glass of wine at dinner with my wife, I've not had a drink of beer. I never could stomach hard alcohol anyway. It was beer that I drank that night that made me inebriated to drive. Since then, I have obtained my master's degree. This happened in 2000. Become a grandfather since then, and this has always been my lifelong dream, working in law enforcement. Currently work as detention deputy. I'm trying to get into the court services now.
Other questions?
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Spangler, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Waivers to attend another academy. The Centerville Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Garrett Benjamin Kennard, hired March 11, 2024. November 2018, Mr. Kennard attended the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department Training Academy that did not complete due to academic failure. Mr. Kennard is scheduled to attend Toledo in July of 2024.
Is someone online from Centerville Police Department?
It's Assistant Chief Danny Roberts with Centerville Police Department.
All right, good morning to you. Anything else we need to know about this before we take a vote?
No, ma'am.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Russell.
Do we have a second?
Already second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Motion carries, Centerville.
Thank you. Thank you.
State Community College Law Enforcement Training Academy requests a waiver to change academies for Orrin Riley Brown. In October of 2023, Mr. Brown attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy. Did not complete due to voluntarily withdrawing. Cleveland State is requesting the waiver, so he may attend their academy in May of 2024.
All right. Someone online from Cleveland State Community College.
Yes, ma'am. Douglas Town, Assistant Director.
Anyone have any questions regarding the waiver? Do I have a motion
Motion, Commissioner Jeffers.
to approve?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Second, Mr. Jackson.
all right. All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you, Cleveland State. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Department requests a waiver to change academies for Matthew Cole Goodman. September 2023, Mr. Goodman attended the Tennessee Highway Patrol Training Academy, but did not complete due to family obligations. The agency intends to enroll Mr. Goodman in the earliest available class available at the Walter State Law Enforcement Training Academy or the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy.
Good morning. Please identify yourself.
Good morning. I'm the Chief Jacksonville Police Department, Daniel Smith. I have with me Matthew Goodman.
You kind of got things squared away there, son?
Yes, ma'am.
So you'll have the support that you'll need in order to attend the academy.
Yes, ma'am.
It's pretty stressful, you know.
Yes.
Anybody have any questions?
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to recuse myself. I know Chief Smith, unless he's changed addresses on me, he's a resident of Scott County, so I'm going to recuse myself.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Martin, second.
All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries. All right, take care and study hard, do well.
Sweetwater Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Caden Bryce Dupree, hired December 5th, 2023 and March of 2024. He attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to academic failure. He's scheduled to attend Cleveland State Law Enforcement Training Academy in May of 2024.
Is there someone representing the Sweetwater Police Department online?
Yes, Chief Byram, and I have Caden Dupree here present with me, please.
Thank you, Chief. You think you're gonna be able to study hard?
Yes,
Caden?
ma'am.
All right, it's not easy. Gonna have to open the books and pay attention, take good notes.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Order second.
All right, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, motion
Very
carries.
much.
All right,
TSU Police Department requests a waiver to change academies and 2 6-month waivers for Joseph Motley, hired September 18th, 2023. January of 2024, Mr. Motley attended Toledo, but did not complete due to academic failure. He is scheduled to attend Walter State in July of 2024.
good morning.
Good morning.
Tennessee State.
Thomas Jackson, Tennessee State University, Mr. Martin. Commissioner, we're here to Mr. Martin about attending the Walter State Academy. Mr. Martin is an English as a second language. When he went to Toledo, we didn't know that Toledo had instructors that would help someone with second languages. We enrolled him into Walter State, rather, and we did talk to everyone up there to let them know that Mr. Martin is English is a second language, and they said they're prepared to help him make it through the academy. He's a good young man, and I think he'll be a good access to Tennessee State University.
All right, so they have tutors or someone who helps them with study guides or whatever.
Ms. Harley Turner at Walter State said they do have tutors up there to the system.
How do you feel about that? Good, ma'am. You good to go? Yes, ma'am. Study hard, knuckle down? Yes, ma'am. So you can help the university? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Any other questions?
Russell, motion to approve.
Order second.
All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. Good luck to
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tiptonville Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Carson Browning Murrow, hired April 1, 2024 and April of 2023. Ms. Murrow attended the Tennessee Highway Patrol Training Academy, but did not complete due to an injury. She is scheduled to attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy in July of 2024.
Is Tiptonville online?
Yes, ma'am. Chief England, Tiptonville Police Department.
All right, Chief. Do you have Ms. Moore? Is it Ms. Morrill? I can't. There you
Yes.
are. All
Yes,
right. All right. Are you good to go?
I
Academic, the athletic challenges of the academy?
Yes, ma'am. The injury was in 2022. It was a typo. I've been to physical therapy and everything. It's all healed now.
You said it happened in 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Y'all have any other questions?
There was an error on the paperwork. 2023 is what was typed. It should have been 2022.
Okay, it's pretty stringent. It's very challenging.
Yes,
physically.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Order approved.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Jackson second.
All right, all in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. Good luck to you. Take care of yourself now.
Thank you.
Waivers of in-service, Bedford County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver for in-service for Robert Harold Hadley, hired August 7, 2023. He did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to a misunderstanding of post rules. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Yes, sir. You're from Bedford County.
Yes, ma'am. That's great. My name is Kevin Roddy. I'm a lieutenant with the Bedford County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Lieutenant, thank you. Is there anything else on this we need to know?
No, ma'am. I had referenced rule 1110.04 and the definitions, and I apologize. I thought that with transition school, he was not having to attend service, so that's my fault.
What time of year did he go to transition school?
He was hired in August. I would have to look in his training file to see the date of the completion of transition school.
Well, I think, have we had some that came in later, like in the fall of the year, the transition school, because, you know, if the departments hadn't finished their in-service by the end of December 31st, Smith, for the first year, we have given those waivers a number of times. That great.
It is, and this is a pretty standard waiver. I mean, the post rules, if you attend basic academy training, go through the 12-week training, then you are exempted from having to go through in-service. But transition school lateral academies are really a substitution of basic training, but there is a provision that requires in-service, and it does cause confusion. And Bedford County does a really good job on their training, and so this is a pretty standard thing.
We'll make a motion to.
Russell, second.
All right, we have a motion to approve the waiver and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Lieutenant.
Blount County Sheriff's Office requesting a waiver of in-service for Isaiah Joseph Borg, hired March 20th, 2022. He did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to a misunderstanding of post rules. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance.
All right, Blunt County, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you? Okay, there you are. Please identify yourself.
Yes, Lieutenant Josh Blair with Blount County Sheriff's Office.
All right. Anything else we need to know about this misunderstanding on the rules?
No, ma'am. Very similar to what was just presented. We had Mr. Borg that went through our transition school, which is 240 plus hours of training. And we were just under the assumption that he did not have to attend in-service. So we kind of made that mistake, and we're just requesting waiver, please.
Everything good to go, Stan?
Martin makes a motion to approve.
Okay.
Russell, second.
All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. All right, the motion. Blount County, you're good to go.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, and thank you, Commission.
All right.
Cannon County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver of in-service for the officers that are listed below. They did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to the time of hire. The waiver will allow both the agents and the officers to remain in compliance with post.
Martin makes a motion to approve.
Russell, second.
Who's there for Cannon County? I want to recognize you.
This is Chris Brown, Chief Deputy with Cannon County ISO.
All right, thank you. We have a motion to approve. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. I heard the motion. I just want to make sure we identified him. All right, thank you, Cannon County. Your waiver was approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheatham County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver of in-service for the officers listed below. They did not complete the required training in the 2023 calendar year due to time of hire. The waiver will allow both the agents and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Good morning. Please identify yourself.
Good morning, Sergeant Dale Smith, Cheatham County Sheriff's Office, here on behalf of Cheatham County and Sheriff Tim Binkley.
All right. Anything else on this?
Actually, on Mr. Rosler did complete 54.5 hours of in-service training. It was an error on my part reporting it to the post commission. He had some disciplinary issues the previous year and had been placed back in our corrections division. So I overlooked him when I submitted my in-service roster for the year. We've since put him back on patrol in August of 2023. And so he had actually completed his in-service. I just failed to submit it to the post commission.
Okay, so Mr. Pike is the only one in question.
Yes, Mr. Pike is, he was with Montgomery County Sheriff's Office until in January of 2023, he resigned. He went to the VA Police Department. He was with VA Police until October of 2023, at which time he came to us. Of course, we had already completed all our in-service training for the year. And by the time we got him through FTO program and stuff, of October, I didn't have time to get him through an in-service training program, but he had training with the federal VA police, just not our in-service training or a post-recognized in-service.
Questions by the commissioners?
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, Martin.
All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, Chief.
Thank you so much.
Next up, the Covington Police Department requests a waiver of in-service for the officers listed below who did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to the time of hire. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
All right, Covington, are you online?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Scott Templeton, Sergeant with the Covington Police Department. I'm the brand new training officer for our agency.
Do I congratulate you or tell you I'm sorry or?
I don't know, ma'am. I just went to a CADIS school 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to jump in and learn.
All right, we're gonna think hard thoughts and congratulate you.
Thank you.
So, these two individuals, are they good to go? Are they up to speed this year?
Yes, ma'am. I believe my predecessor actually got Officer Mutes through in-service at the end of the year using the Academy. And I know they both qualified with us. I'm not clear on why they were not included in our firearms roster. So I'm having to clean that up. Lieutenant Avery came to us from TDOC. So but they're already starting this year good to go. So we should be squared away.
Questions from the commissioners?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Or a second.
All right, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Sergeant, good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next up is the Franklin Police Department requests a waiver of in-service for the officers listed below who did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to the time of hire. The waiver will allow both the agents and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Before I recognize my sergeant there, I recuse myself from the Franklin Police Department issue. Hi, Sergeant Stevens.
Good morning, Chief.
You might want to mention on the Holland subject.
Yes, ma'am. Officer Holland has since left the department. During that time, when we hired them in November, we put them through a 7-week training period that brought us almost to the end of December. And also our in-service has many outside instructors, so it's hard to bring them in to complete their in-service training for that year.
And Officer DeLapp.
Officer DeLapp is still with us, came from Brentwood. He had been out of law enforcement for over a year. So we still wanted to kind of put him through our 7 to 8 week training period, which runs us once again back to like December 21st. I think it's when we swore him in. So it didn't leave any time for the in-service.
Any questions for the commissioners?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Make a motion to approve in a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Grundy County Sheriff's Office requests waiver for in-service for the following officers who did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year. They are listed below. The waiver will allow both the agents and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Yes, please identify yourself. You're from Grundy County.
Yes, ma'am. Tracy Brown, Chief Deputy.
What else does the commissioners need to know about these three individuals?
So Vincent did not complete his firearms qualification. He had left the agency prior to qualifying. He went to another one, resigned there, and has since come back to Grundy as part-time. He has done his qualifications for this year. Zachary Foltz works out of state. He was a full-time deputy. He has since been moved to part-time. He still maintains his employment out of state. The only thing he did not complete was his 2 hours of community service. And then Lucas Nixon, he came from another agency. I believe he had been out a short time, did not complete his in-service with his prior agency, and then was hired with us December 12th. And I just didn't have time. We didn't have the time to get it done before the end of the year, his 40 hours.
How do these three individuals look this year? Like the one left and he came back. Are these all part of the sheriff's department now still?
Yes, ma'am. Zachary and Vincent are part-time employees. I believe they have both completed their in-service. I believe Zachary has done his 40 hours already, except for firearms. Vincent has done his firearms. I would have to check his V Academy for his current hours. And then I can check on Nixon, but he is certified or qualified with his firearm this year.
Further questions by the commission? Do we have a motion?
Martin, make a motion to approve.
Did you have a question?
Commissioner Ryan, I was just gonna make a comment on the 2 hours that she stated community service, which I know we don't like to call it community service, but that 2 hours is, don't want the department to get too hung up on what that's included. If they're stopping, helping people change flat tires, things that are outside their normal, you don't, as a law enforcement officer, have to do that. Somebody run out of gas, help them get going. If you got a way to track that time and count it, we will accept that kind of time. So don't get too hung up on what that 2 hours of community community.
Yes,
out.
sir.
Would you please? Just maybe that help y'all out a little bit. Commissioner Ryan, I'll second the motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept this waiver. All in favor to approve the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ma'am, the motion carries. Good luck to
Thank
you.
you.
The Lawrence County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver of in-service for the following officers listed below who did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to the officers being placed on suspension. Waiver will allow both the agency and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Lawrence County, are you there? Lawrence County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, please identify yourself.
Yeah, Lieutenant O'Rourke with the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. I am the GDI and training officer for the department.
Good morning, Lieutenant.
Good morning.
Anything else we need to know about these two individuals?
They have been on, suspended and on leave for the last couple of years pending charges.
So they're not really in an in-service situation. Are they doing in-service this year?
No, ma'am. And until everything works its way through the courts and everything, they will remain on leave.
Other questions?
Commissioner Jeffers, what charges are pending?
So the charges that are outstanding or under indictment for the two individuals are for civil rights violations as well as aggravated assault, excessive use of force. And I believe, if I understand it correctly, I believe that it has also moved to a federal level.
When was this incident alleged?
2.5, 3 years ago.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Is this more to keep the agency in compliance?
Yes.
Right.
They're not gonna get checks since they didn't do it in service, but this is to keep the agency in compliance.
So can we do a motion to approve the agency and deny the officers?
Well, they're not gonna get a check anyway, Commissioner, and this just keeps everybody in compliance. I mean, they still have the due process, I guess, and, you know, if they wind up coming back to the agency, then. But I mean, if they're also, out long enough, then they may have to go to transition school or back to basic training, so. But I mean, you can make that motion if you'd like.
I make the motion that we approve the agency and deny the officers.
Do we have a second?
Spangler, second.
Everybody understand the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed. I'm sorry, abstain. I've got to abstain from this one.
Lieutenant, did you hear what we did? We kept your agency in compliance and not the officers or the deputies.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Lieutenant.
Oh, thank you, guys.
The Metropolitan National Parks Police requests a waiver of in-service for Brendan James Pollock, hired May 16th, 2022. Mr. Pollock did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to his decision to leave the department on January 5th, 2024. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Yes, good morning. Are you with Metro Nashville Parks Police?
I am Kevin Hooper. I'm a sergeant with the Park Police.
All right, Sergeant. Anything else on this Pollock individual?
No, ma'am. He was scheduled for in-service for more than one occasion, but apparently due to him leaving the department the first couple of weeks in January, he chose not to attend. So we were wanting a waiver to keep the department in compliance.
So again, if y'all can understand it, it's to keep the department in compliance.
Motion to keep the department in compliance.
Okay, so motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second, Commissioner Jeffers.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carried to approve your agency to stay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
The LaFollette Police Department requests a waiver of in-service for Christian Adam Southern, hired October 17, 2023. Mr. Southern did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to the time of hire. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Okay, is LaFollette PD online? LaFollette? They're not there. All right,
Russell, motion to approve.
we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Commissioner Wright, second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. And Lavin's out. Okay. So Portland,
The Portland Police Department requests a waiver of in-service for the following officers who did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to the time of hire and a misunderstanding in post rules. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
okay, I believe I see the Portland Police Department online. Are you there, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Jason Williams, Chief of Police for the City of Portland.
Good morning, Chief.
Morning.
I understand Mr. Boney is no longer with your agency. Is that true?
No, he is still with us, ma'am.
He is?
Yes, ma'am.
He wasn't post certified last year. Oh, okay. So what else on these other individuals?
So the situation with all these, Mr. Boney and Mr. Taylor, Mr. Boney was an out-of-state certified. He completed his transition school in February of this year. Mr. Taylor was a previously post-certified Tennessee officer who was out of the business for a couple of years and is now back. The other four are all brand new hires who are now attending the law enforcement academy as we speak. The situation with all of these individuals is just that we hired them so late in the year that we just didn't have a chance to complete all 40 hours of required training. So we're simply requesting a waiver so that the officers and us can stay in compliance. As far as this year goes, 4 are in the academy getting their training, and the other 2 will be scheduled just like everybody else is at our agency for this year for their post-required training.
Any questions by the commission? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Russell, second.
Yes, we have a motion and a second. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Chief, the motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver of in-service for David Antonio Vega, Miami, hired November 20th, 2023. He did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to time of hire. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Is Rutherford County represented today? I believe I see him.
Motion to approve.
Russell, second.
All right, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes for Rutherford County Sheriff's Office.
Sevier County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver of in-service for Tyler Cody Gann, hired December 11th, 2023. He did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to the time of hire. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Sevier County Sheriff's Office, are you online? Not seeing them.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
All right, do we have a second?
Russell, second.
All right, a motion to approve in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Sevier County Sheriff's Office approved.
Sullivan County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver of in-service for the following officers who have resigned from the agency or were transferred to non-law enforcement positions and did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year. The waiver will allow both the agents and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
All right, good morning. I see Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. Could you identify yourself, please?
Yes, Bobby Dooley. I'm the training captain, GDI of Sullivan County.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
All right, so I see you have several individuals here. Are they squared away for this year?
They are, most of them are have resigned and did not get their in-service completed before they left. So it's mainly to keep us in compliance. I do have one, the Josh Kennedy. He's the one that was placed into a non-law enforcement capacity. We transferred him back to corrections.
So there's 6 that on this list who have resigned, and then McKinney is in a non-sworn corrections job.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. The Robert Boland, he left prior to getting his in-service done, but we actually have hired him back this year, which he'll have his 2024 in-service completed. He just didn't get it completed last year before he left.
Any further questions?
Just have a lot of these, but I want to get some clarity because it helps me as well. But in these resignations, why, if they've resigned and left the agency, why is the agency, why are they worried about it? I mean, it's the officer's responsibility to wherever they're going or to make sure their in-service is complete. I have that same situation, but I don't participate in this. If you leave, then you're on your own.
Sure, I agree with you on that. I mean, unless legal has a different interpretation, if once you leave the department's no longer
Yeah,
responsible.
it shouldn't put the agency through the pressure of having to keep up with somebody that, you know, if you don't like me today, you're not gonna like me tomorrow, so. And I'd like for us to make a note if in your rules stuff, or what we could do on this time frame of hire, you know, if we need to look at that a little bit for the future, and it would save a lot of issues here. So that may be a rule we need to look at and what we could do to tweak.
Do we have a motion?
Have a motion to approve.
All right. Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Captain, I appreciate it. I think you were just doing due process to make sure your agency stayed in compliance, and I appreciate that.
Yes, that's correct, and I appreciate you guys.
And we did vote to approve your waiver.
All right, thank you.
Good compliance. All right, thank you, Captain.
Next up is the Tipton County Sheriff's Office requests a waiver of in-service for Samuel Clinton Chastain, hired May 12, 2023. He did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to a miscommunication. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with those guidelines.
Yes, I see someone there from Tipton County Sheriff's Office. Please identify yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Lieutenant Justin Browder with the Tipton County Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Lieutenant.
Morning, ma'am.
Anything else we need to know other than what we have in front of us and the secretary just read?
No, ma'am. He's scheduled for in-service this year. He did complete our in-house 6-week and then FTO training after that. He came from Memphis PD in May of that year, so he did receive some training. Just we had a misunderstanding on the actual in-service.
Okay. Any other questions or motion?
Motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
Spangler, second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, motion carries. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you for your time.
The Trenton Police Department requests a waiver of in-service for the following officers who did not complete the required training for the 2023 calendar year due to administration changes and a misunderstanding of the requirements. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Yes, good morning. Please identify yourself. I see you there online.
Good morning. I'm Mike Mulligan, Chief of Police for Town of Tresman.
Good morning, Chief. Anything else on this?
Ma'am, in all honesty, Officer Roberts was going to do some V Academy and some in-person, and due to some personal reasons, he wasn't allowed to make the in-person portion of in-service last year. I'm actually in the process of leaving law enforcement, trying to help the town through their transition. I didn't think I would be there at the end of the year. I still am, but I'm actually 32 hours into in-service this year, so I'm almost complete for this year as well.
All right, so are there any other questions? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Already second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Chief, good luck to you. It sounds like it's a long transition.
Yes, ma'am, it certainly is. It's a small town. Nobody really wants to work here. They just don't have the money. They just really don't. And the town's really kind of in between whether they want us or whether they don't. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that type of situation.
I'm sorry to hear that. We'll think higher thoughts and wish you well.
And thank all of you very much.
Let us know. Any of us would be glad to reach out and help you if you need us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. You guys have been great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, waivers of the 6-month rule. Hamilton County Sheriff's Office requests 6-month waivers for the officers listed below who have not begun training due to staffing issues. The officers begin training at the Walker State Regional Training Academy, April 2024.
Hamlin County, are you there?
Motion to approve.
Russell, second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Right, the motion carries from Hamilton County Sheriff's Office.
The Humboldt Police Department requests a 6-month waiver for Johnny Deanne Yarborough, hired July 25th, 2023. And January of 2024, Mr. Yarborough attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to voluntarily withdrawing. Mr. Yarborough has been re-enrolled and is scheduled to begin training in July of 2024.
Yes, Humboldt Police Department. Are you there? Nope.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Or a second.
All right, all in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, the motion to approve carries.
Tennessee Highway Patrol requests a 6-month waiver for Logan Scott Carroll, hired January 8th, 2024. Mr. Carroll is unable to begin training due to military deployment. Mr. Carroll is scheduled to begin training upon his return in August of 2024.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Wright, second.
Okay, for the record, is someone online representing the Highway Patrol?
Yes, ma'am. Brian Hughes, Director of Human Resources.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, did we vote? I don't think we did. Motion to approve, did we?
No,
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a
Motion.
second on your waiver. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Thank you.
Unicoi County Sheriff's Office requests 6-month waivers for the following officers listed below who have not begun training due to class availability. The officers are scheduled to attend the Blount County Sheriff's Office Regional Law Enforcement Training Academy in August of 2024.
Unicoi County, are you there? All right, they're not.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Or a second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The Woodbury Police Department requests a 6-month waiver for Nathaniel Lee Thomason, hired October 23rd, 2023 and March of 2024. Mr. Thomason attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to an injury. Mr. Thomason will be re-enrolled once medically cleared to return.
Woodbury Police Department, are you online?
Mr. Wright.
Hello, what'd you say?
Motion to approve.
All right,
Mr. Wright, second.
all right, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, no. All right, motion carries. Approved.
It's time now for the consent agenda items.
Motion to approve consent agenda as all information is included.
Do we have a second?
Spangler, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on.
Moving on to old business, the Pickett County Sheriff's Office requests a 2023 salary supplement be issued for the following officers, excuse me, who have completed the required training for the 2023 calendar year. Post Commission approved the late submission and their training at the March 2024 meeting.
Is Pickett County, is that you online?
Yes.
Is it-
Sheriff Dana Dowdy.
I'm sorry, Sheriff who?
Dana Dowdy.
Gotcha. All right, Sheriff, who do you have with you?
Katie Smith, my secretary.
Any questions
Um,
on this? I'm sorry, what were you gonna say, Sheriff?
well, I just, we had failed to send in the community interactions. It's been submitted now. And my guys really depend on the salary supplement. We're a small county, so, and they don't get paid very well.
So, this Commissioner Parton, is the budget good?
We're good. We're still in the same fiscal year, and you know, Pickett County has been. I'll say this, Sheriff. I know you've been working with our team to try to get this salary supplement process fixed for this year, and so we appreciate your cooperation on that. And so everything is good with this because this is for this year that we're still currently in.
Motion to approve.
Russell, second. Okay, we have a second, a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right. Motion carries. Good luck to you, Sheriff.
Thank you all.
Okay, new business items for discussion. Agreed order of surrender. Megan Olivia Hall was employed with the Laverne Police Department from February 9th, 2021 till her termination for untruthfulness during an investigation on January 4th, 2023. Ms. Hall has agreed to surrender her post certification. And if the commission approves, and would you like to hear from legal on
Yes,
this?
please.
Yes, so Megan Hall was employed at the Laverne Police Department about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Her attorney reached out to us after the civil litigation closed, and she wanted to surrender her post.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve and accept the surrender.
Russell, second.
All right, we have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Next up, an agreed order of surrender. Cody Maxwell Swanner was employed with the Tennessee Highway Patrol from June 27, 2021 until his termination for violation of general orders during his probationary period on December 26, 2022. Mr. Swanner has agreed to surrender his post certification.
And I spoke with Mr. Swanner approximately 2 weeks ago. He had been deployed on military leave. Upon his return, he was enrolled in CDL school and does not intend to continue in law enforcement, so he wants to voluntarily surrender his certificate.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve and accept the surrender.
And a second.
Spangler, second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries.
All right, next up is an audit and inspection report. The 2024 audit and inspection of the Dunlap Police Department was conducted April 9th, 2024. You can see here the findings, recommendations, and remarks. And if the commission would like to hear from the investigator on that, you're free to do so.
What's the pleasure of the commission? Would you like to hear results?
It appears that they got everything, that everything's been corrected in what they've done. I'll make a motion to approve.
Have a second?
Or second.
All right, we have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. The motion carries.
An audit inspection report. The 2024 audit inspection of the Millersville Police Department was conducted March 18th, 2024. There were no findings to report and no recommendations as a result.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
And a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Disagree? Motion carries.
Tennessee Highway Patrol Zachary Blaine Maxwell was hired August 27, 2023. However, post did not receive the required pre-employment paperwork until March 20th, 2024. Mr. Maxwell's record is in order with no further action required.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Or second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Did you hear Highway Patrol?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Comments?
And we do not have any public comments today.
Okay.
I would like to take just a moment, if I may, just to address back to the question about the waivers earlier on, and it ties into this. Right now, we have, I believe, 3 agencies that we're working with to get salary supplement completed. Three agencies, and we are in April. And so this time in previous years, that number would be 10 times that, or more. And so the current process that we have where it's all electronic and everything's done via spreadsheets and it's generated through a Cadus and generated automatically. I think that may be leading some agencies to report things that they would not have reported in the past. For example, the folks that have left, and I think that has led some of them to request waivers. So I think in that regard, maybe a little extra training on our end for these agencies would be very helpful for them. But I want to commend our post-commission staff, the people that do the day-to-day work for the citizens of Tennessee through the post-commission, because to only have 3 agencies that we're working with, that have issues that we're working through trying to get them their salary supplement, that's pretty good at this point in April. What you've seen here is the bulk of the waivers from salary supplement. And so, from here on out, it should be smooth sailing. I'm very proud of our team, and I'm very proud of the work that they've done. And I want to recognize Kat Cooper, who took it upon herself to learn how to code and learn how to do the things that needed to be done to make this a digital process. Put herself through Vanderbilt for a graduate degree so she can learn more about computer science. Did all this on her own to help the citizens of the state, and it saved, probably more than 1,000 man hours of time on salary supplement alone, just by her dedication. And so I wanted to say that in front of the commission and give her a good job in front of everybody. So
Well done.
Excellent
Just
job,
like
team.
2011.
Commissioner Wright, I have three things I wrote down here on mine. One, see Commissioner Green on,
Yes.
on our monitor here. Hope he's making a speedy recovery and doing well.
Lost his razor.
Can you hear us, Commissioner Green?
Yes, ma'am, and I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll be able to be released to drive by the June meeting, and I apologize for missing the ones I've done so far, but I'm trying to keep up.
We wish you speedy recovery still. Hope everything comes along. The next thing is, Commissioner Spangler, Sheriff Spangler brought up the May meetings overlapping the, officer memorial in Washington.
Okay.
And there may be an issue with, some being out for that. I don't know if we know who might be gone for that, but there may be.
You have
A
some
lack
on
of-
the wall, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can work on the scheduling for the main meeting. I think there's still plenty.
And just make sure that we still have plenty
The
of.
May meeting is going to be, I was worried about this month, but next month's meeting is going to be, tight scheduling that week, that third week for several of us.
And the next thing I want to bring up is the formals that I know we had talked about it and scheduling it, trying to get it scheduled on Thursdays and doing it on Thursday mornings and doing informals on Thursday afternoons. I'm wondering if we might not look at it as doing the informals in the morning and the formals in the afternoon. I think we might have a better chance of getting everybody here on a Thursday afternoon versus a Thursday morning.
Thought about that yesterday.
Something, if I may, Madam Chair, that we have done for the June formals, we now have 2 scheduled in the same morning on that Thursday, so that if one gets continued or whatever, we might be able to actually have something go forward on that day. So it might be a little late on the June, but moving forward, if we want to discuss that, either the 1 o'clock or the Friday, so we can get it for them, I think that would be worth discussing.
I think everybody's kind of decided Friday is not a good option, but I just thought Thursday afternoons might be better than us trying to do it on Thursday mornings. Still doing the informal Thursday mornings, because I would be here for that. Generally, then obviously be maybe easier for everybody else to come in town. Just want to throw that out there.
Is it informals, you just have a body of panel of 3, and then in the afternoon, most folks traveling would be here to stay. They have a good policy.
We can work with the staff, and I know that Lakita emails you guys to kind of get a quorum idea in advance. I know for May, the informal that we currently have set for the date that y'all are talking about, we've got 20 people set, so if we could at least get an informal committee meeting in May.
And I should definitely be able to have any conflict.
But I know that investigators have already noticed people for May.
And the informal committee is easier. It's, it's 3 people, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the 3 that are set on there. It's an informal committee. So as long as we have, 3 and an alternate, it's typically an alternate's a good idea too. So 3 and an alternate for the informal, that's doable, I think. And really the schedule is up to, we want it to be as convenient as possible for the commissioners that come and serve on this commission. And so if y'all aren't able to be there for a formal on Thursday morning, then maybe we need to look at Thursday afternoon.
What kind of length are you looking at on your next formals?
The 2 formals we have, we estimate if they were to both go on the same day, they would both take approximately 2 hours. If they were to, one were to drop off, maybe 3, just depending on the witnesses and proof.
Does one of those consist of the one that was scheduled yesterday that got moved?
Yes, Commissioner. So the one from yesterday, that's the one with missed a quorum line, I think one other time. That's now set as the priority for June. The additional one we have set for June, the attorney has just filed a motion to withdraw. So if that individual does not hire a new attorney, it might still go. If they do, that attorney might ask to move it later, and we'll work with them.
Anything else from the commission?
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The April meeting